Hello, welcome to Glasgow. It's my second day at COP26. We're coming to the end of the first week. There's a real buzz about this place. It's been an incredible experience. It's my first COP. So I came here on the train this morning from Edinburgh, where I'm staying, because Glasgow is full up. And it was packed. There were lots of people going to demonstrations there. There were lots of kids. And we got involved in a discussion. There were a couple of kids explaining their placards about climate change. There was a professor expert on oceans from California who's sitting opposite, who got chatting to them. There was an MP from Mauritania. There were a couple of people from NGOs, and we just got into a discussion on the train about climate change and why are you doing more? What are you doing about it? You come here, there are people from dozens and dozens and dozens of countries. We've got indigenous people from South America and Polynesia and some of the Pacific Islands so threatened by climate change. It's a real melting pot and there's a real buzz. So, beginning of the week we had all the focus about all the VIPs coming here, all the world leaders. That was great for grandstanding, and we had some really important announcements, particularly some really practical stuff on methane, one of the most toxic of greenhouse gases, some really good progress on deforestation and how we get places like Brazil to stop that urgently. And some other great arrangements between the UK, the EU and South Africa as to how we can get South Africa to stop burning coal, which is, as we know, one of the most polluting of all fuels, and in the UK we're phasing it out over the next couple of years altogether. But many of the world leaders have gone home, although John Kerry keeps tropping up all over the place at the moment, who's the US climate change emissary. But the really hard work is going on now, because all those countries have got teams of negotiators working in offices which we're not allowed to go into, going through all the fine details. So there was a bit of sort of despondency perhaps ahead of this conference. We're not going to get anything arranged, but there's already been some really important announcements, and I hope by the end of next week, when there'll be the final communique, we'll have made some real progress. But hey, this is just the beginning. This is the start of the UK's presidency of COP26 under Alok Sharma, and this is where the hard work just starts. So the next year is going to be one of following through those really important discussions and meetings and pledges that have started here to make sure they become a reality. Because what we don't want is just another set of pledges and a set of commitments that by the time of the next COP actually still haven't happened. This has got to be a year of action. This has got to be a year when countries step up to the mark, they pay up, and they follow through on their commitments. And the UK has set a fantastic example and really set a great lead. We need all the major companies in the world to follow suit, because COP26 is, as the Prime Minister's said, a minute before midnight. This is a really, really important event to make sure that the globe works together to save our planet and really to reverse the trend and combat climate change. So I'm really delighted to have been part of it this week. I'm really excited. We're reporting back through the I-Project in the constituency to make sure young people get the message. Young people know what they need to do to badger older people and politicians and people in a position of responsibility. And today at COP26 we are focusing on young people because it's so important. As we know, in the I-Project, children and young people in the UK are 20% of the population, but they're 100% of the future. And that's why it's so important we engage with young people, because they know what we need to do for our planet and they're going to inherit our problems.